Okay, welcome everyone to the PPC Unfiltered podcast with myself, Michael Nadalin, and the amazing, wonderful, brainiac data scientist, Corey Lindbergh. Corey, mate, how are you going today?
What is up, Michael? It's good to be here. I'm doing fantastic. I'm up in Montreal right now. It's the autumn season, so we've got the leaves changing colors. It's beautiful, man. How about yourself?
Wonderful. Mate, I'm good. I'm good. Life is sunny here in Melbourne. I'm feeling good. Life is busy, business is busy, but I wouldn't want it any other way. So
Living the dream.
that's why we're here today, mate, just to keep the ball rolling and show
Yep,
people what's happening in the world of PPC, what's actually happening, not
actually.
what's hypothetically happening. What is the true stuff behind the scenes of guys who are running big accounts and lots of accounts,
Yes.
directly from the source, directly from our fingers. So let's chat, mate.
Okay, let's get it
Ready?
started. Do you want to go right into? Do you have a rant for it? Is there anything a really hot topic on your mind, or should we go right into the YouTube segment?
I don't have anything to rant about today because you know
What?
what the reality is? I fired bad clients last month, and whilst we're busy, everything's good. So I'm not ranting about anything about clients or Google Ads anymore. I actually
Okay.
feel like I can rant about that life is pretty good. It's busy, but it's good.
No one wants to hear that, Michael. They want to hear the bad
Yes,
stuff.
I'm suffering like you guys. I'm suffering. I'm doing my self-imposed suffering. Actually, here's a rant for you. If
Okay.
clients are stressing you out, there's either two reasons it's happening. Number one, you're allowing it to happen by not setting expectations, or number two, you haven't fired them yet. I know number two may not be financially viable to a lot of businesses, but you've got to get yourself into a position where you are, because then you'll get caught in that downward rat race that a lot of people do get caught in, where they're
Hmm.
just trying to keep up, they're hating the job, they're stressed every day. It's better to have five clients who you love and it's easy to work on rather than 10 clients that stress you out, even if you're making three times as much. Because the reality is, in your subconscious mind and your mind, you'll start to associate negativity to the work, negativity to clients, and people can feel that. People can
Yep.
feel when people have that negative energy, and you don't attract those higher quality clients. I know Corey has been doing this for years, that you do not tolerate BS from any business or client, and that's why you don't tend to experience it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael asked me, like, is there any stressful clients or anything? I'm usually, what, 99 out of 100. I'm like, no, everything's great because I'm so particular about the people I work with. I'm very
Yeah.
blessed in that way, but I'm also careful about the people that I work with. I want to hear a business partner on the other end of that phone, right? I want to hear someone who is agile, who is willing to adapt and be flexible, someone that is willing to break some things and see what we can put back together in a good way, because that's how growth happens. You have to
Yeah.
break things down and build them back up sometimes. So, I am always looking for that. It's tough to find really high value clients, I think. And when I say value, I don't mean money. I mean for your mental state, especially as an agency owner or someone that manages an account. Obviously, people who work client side that don't get to choose, like they're working inside of an agency, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Michael and I have been there ourselves, where you don't get to choose
Oh,
your client.
yeah.
Oh yeah, years of that, and it's not a pleasurable experience. And like Michael said, you start to sort of despise the work you're doing. You almost,
Yeah.
because it's a grind. You don't even. It's almost like you lose the faith in the business being able to succeed, no matter how good you are, because the person that's making the biggest decisions in the business is not going to be following your advice or your strategies, and they're just going to be wanting to run everything, and therefore you have no control over the results, and therefore you have no autonomy, and it's really hard to work in that kind of environment. That's kind of what we were talking about before the call, right? Like all these agencies that are running and they're not making a profit, and they're sort of in this strange state where they're like, we want to grow, we want to scale, but there's no profits here to scale. We're just trying to grow to grow. I don't know what it is. It's a very strange phenomenon.
I think people grow for the egoic reason of like, oh, we did 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. And then it's like, you made no profit. You might have had 10% profit. I'm like, 200 grand from 2 million is lame. You can make 200 grand from 400 grand really easily, really easily. Like, we're here to make money, not just to get revenue numbers up. As
Yeah.
you're saying, Corey, it is it's one of these things where it's like, well, how do you get high value clients? And the thing is, you've got to earn it. You just don't rock up with amazing skills. You've got to be I like to say visible. Like people are seeing you online on videos like this or LinkedIn. You're on other people's podcasts. Like you're being seen as an authority because the higher you get, when you're seen more, you get more opportunities. And also, when people see you on video, they start to go, well, he must be an authority. So then they'll treat you differently versus if you're in the shadows. And number two is it comes from also like a lot of referrals and like people refer businesses like themselves. So if you've got bad clients, they're most likely going to refer other businesses similar to them mindset wise with the same expectations. So if you get an amazing client, overserve them initially and just treat it like it's a seed and you're growing a tree and more fruits are going to drop off. Look for that. That's the slow way, but it's the long term play that you will like. It's none of this is like you do it today, it'll work tomorrow. It's like you've got to take steps. Like at the start, you work on a lot of businesses that pay you poorly and they're poor businesses. Then you move to
Mhm.
the next step where you get paid a bit more and they're still average businesses. Then you move to the next step, which is you start working with better businesses and they pay you well or not well. And then the next step is like you work with great businesses and then they pay you really well. The
Mhm.
important thing about this is it's not like from 1 to 4 immediately. You've got to earn it. You've got to pay the time. Like you've got to grind through it. And that's the thing. It's like there's no shortcut to this. The shortcut is just do the work, accept the framework, and just know this is not an overnight thing. It
Yeah.
really does take time. But when you get to the other side, you're like, wow, it's amazing here. Why is everyone else suffering? It's so simple. But it's like, I've looked at myself over the last few years. I'm like, I've had to deal with some real caca or poo and just recognize that like it's all worth it because not only do you earn better clients but you learn more about yourself and what you'll tolerate and more importantly what you will not tolerate ever again. That's the most
Yeah.
important thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, expect the grind. I mean, when you're starting out, expect that it's going to be tough. Again, especially if you're starting out as a freelancer or you're working agency side and you don't get to choose your clients, it's going to be a lot of bad apples in there. And honestly, you can learn from every single one of them. I know it sounds cliche, but there's some kind of lesson you'll learn in how to handle those types of people and recognizing the red flags in the relationship. It's just like if you've ever been in the dating world and you're looking for a spouse or something or a partner, you're going to find those signs, but you're not going to see the signs if you haven't been on the dating scene or you haven't been really out there. But over time, you start picking them up, those red flags, you're like, oh,
Mm,
he or she's got trust issues. Okay, like I'm seeing it on the first date, probably not something I'm going to want to, get too deep into or whatever. Like you're going to be looking for those red flags. And to be honest, guys, when you're starting out, as much as you'd love to follow the advice of Michael and I and just say, be really particular and, don't choose everybody, whatever. In the beginning, you might just have to. You're going to recognize that this person sounds like they're a little erratic in their thinking and maybe irrational, whatever. But you might have to bite the bullet, as we say in the States, and just get that client to get the income coming in, to get the experience under your
yeah,
belt, and to expect that that person's probably going to come and go. It's not going to be this insufferable relationship you're going to have forever. Don't worry, it's just a learning lesson in life. So,
yeah.
yep, just keep the ball moving forward.
I love that, mate. I One thing that I'm really particular about is like every situation there's a learning in it. Every situation. So it's either like in the future, how we navigate communication with clients, how we set expectations when we're onboarding new clients. Most importantly, contracts. Anytime you see a red flag, put that in your contract that you don't tolerate it or you don't do this. And then, yes, your contract will be long, like mine. It's like 18 pages. But the reason why it's so long is because I've seen so many horrible things in agencies I've worked at and with some clients I've worked with that I'm like, if it's in the contract, that is the legal expectation, and if they do anything anti it, they're being unreasonable and unfair, not you. One of the biggest things is like, oh, if I push back, am I being like this and this and that? Like, am I being bad or am I being unhelpful? No. If it's in a contract and it's clearly communicated that this is tolerated and this is not, if they push against that, they are being unreasonable. And that's one of the worst things. It's the mental game around this. It's not the real game of clicking buttons and running ads. It's the mental game around, oh, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? Is this out of scope? Is this not? Be really clear on that. And so you know who's being unreasonable.
Yeah,
But
I
until
love
you
that.
define that, it's always going to be on you. Until you clearly define that and write it down, the expectation, the unspoken expectation is it's your responsibility. So it's your responsibility until it's not.
Hmm. Well said. Well said. Well, I think that's our rant.
Nice. 10 minutes, mate. How good is that?
Very
Well, it's
good.
important. It's important.